So many people are forecasting a 2021 housing market crash, but are there enough reasons to show that 2021 will undoubtedly crash for good? So in this video, I want to address that. Is the market going to crash in 2021? What are the experts saying, and what are my personal opinions being in the real estate industry about 2021 housing market? Hello, my name is Dana Pollard, and I've lived in Texas since I was 4 years old, and I've been selling real estate for over 12 years now, and I have a fantastic team that we help people narrow down where to live in this vast state of Texas, and we are great at selling properties as well. So if you are looking to buy or sell a home in the state of Texas, fill out the appropriate questionnaire below and you can start your journey. Truth be told, every year someone is predicting this massive market crash, and it may be to get YouTube clicks. In fact, I've heard of the market crashing since 2016, when the market kept going up and up and everyone's like, oh my gosh, it keeps going up and up, it's going to crash. Yeah, well now it's 2021, it still has not crashed. Is it possible? I have some serious thoughts on this. So there are a lot of fears going on and predictions, so are these fears legit? Now listen, 2020 was a year like no other year. We're talking the pandemic, social unrest, political issues, all kinds of stuff in 2020, so I can see why everyone's concerned about 2021. So let's first take a look at what the experts are saying, and then I'm gonna share my take on this. Daniel Hake, who is the Chief Product Officer of Realtor.com, believes that millennials together with Gen Z will be a major part of the predicted 7% hike in sales in 2021. According to her prediction, mortgage prices will rise gradually depending on lagging supply level compared to the demand rate. She says in the end we'll have a slow but gradual increase in the price balance, which will make the market seller-friendly rather than buyer-friendly. Well, we're already there. It doesn't take an expert to say that. The co-founder of Landed, Jesse Vaughn, says that the larger percentage of those that'll be buying homes are professionals who already picked up remote work in the last year and are looking to double their homes as their workspace. As a result of this, there will be greater demand for bigger spaces. I agree with this. So we've already seen the trend shift. We've had many people from New York and California, Washington, Connecticut, New Jersey. Many people have the privilege now to work remote indefinitely, which is creating this huge influx, more so than already was. We had the California exodus, right, going on, but now we have even more of an influx of buyers coming from out of state to take advantage of the Texas benefits of lower cost of living. Housing costs are lower. Property taxes, yes, are higher, but we have no state income tax. We don't have those humongous business tax, so many businesses are moving here as well. And I speak to so many people who are just tired of the policies of their state and they want to move to, let's say, a more conservative state. Robert Dietz, who's a major team player at the National Association of Home Builders, says buyer traffic will remain strong as long as there are favorable demographics, shifting geography of housing demand to lower density markets, and the historically low interest rates remain. That's true. And in Texas, we have a lot of space to continue to expand. I know in other cities, in different parts of the nation, it's already built out. So Texas, we still have room to expand, especially on the Fort Worth side. For the ED at the National Rental Home Council, David Howard, the two major things to look out for are supply and affordability. The pandemic has become a determining factor for the number of homes available and the price at which they're available. And I agree with this. And so the affordability factor is probably the number one issue we are having right now. I know many experts are saying, and I agree, that the biggest impact that this is going to make on our housing market are for those first-time home buyers. Home buyers that have been saving. It's going to take them longer to save to get into a home. Mortgage rates do have an impact, and right now they're low. As long as they continue to stay low, hopefully that will help the affordability factor. Because once they start going up, I mean, you have to keep in mind, I purchased my first home at 8.25%. That's crazy. And I know other people had purchased higher. Put in the comments below if you have ever purchased a home with a higher interest rate than 8.25%. So on our second rental property, when we got 6.25%, we thought, woo, what a deal. So now that they are in the high twos, oh my goodness, the affordability, it makes a big difference on your monthly payment, especially for those first-time home buyers. So most of the real estate experts who are looking at actual data and watching trends and forecasting, they are in the majority are saying that 2021 is going to continue to be a seller's market. The housing market is going to continue to boom and grow. And then you have a few other people that are saying, okay, but what about the pandemic? What about all the people that have lost their jobs and are possibly facing foreclosure in 2021? First off, we don't know if that's going to happen in 2021 because right now there's a restriction that banks cannot foreclose on a house right now because of the pandemic. So the government has put some protections in place against foreclosures, not to mention foreclosures from the pandemic versus foreclosures from 2008. Big difference. We can't compare the two. The 2008 housing market crash was massive in that too many people got loans that didn't even qualify. I mean, this was a big to-do. It wasn't because people got, yes, it was because people got foreclosed on, but there was a reason these people were getting foreclosed on at a much greater scale than the pandemic. So yes, there are people that are struggling financially. I'm not ignoring that. What I'm saying are there are so many people standing in line today to get a home that if there are foreclosures, they're probably going to be swallowed up by investors, by people who are ready to purchase and have been saving to purchase. Those are my thoughts. So in my simplest opinion, I do not think the housing market is going to crash in 2021 for the simple thought of this, supply and demand. And so I tell people when you guys get on a Zoom call, like say Texas Tuesday call with me, and you can register for that when you fill out the Dream Home questionnaire below. There's a Texas Tuesday call that you can get on. Anyway, I share with people this. It's very simple-minded, but in the grand scope of things, I would have to say it's very basic thinking. On planet Earth, there's a limited supply of land and an increasing population. Now, especially here in Texas, we are increasing in population. Now we do have land, but it is expanding, but we still have some room to develop. But at some point, there won't be enough room, or the land closest to the cities, they get populated, right? So the demand is high, supply is low. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to go, okay, there's a limited supply of land, demand is only going to go up over the years. Even if the market crashes, it will go back up eventually. So that's why I think real estate is like the very best investment, because to me, there will always be a demand for real estate, even if it temporarily goes down. It's not like the stock market. A company could go out of business overnight, but housing and land, everyone has to have a place to live. If you are wanting help narrowing down where to live, fill out my Dream Home questionnaire below. You will get an email with a link to schedule a Zoom call with either one of my fantastic buyer specialists who knows the entire Dallas-Fort Worth area, or schedule a Texas Tuesday, jump on and you can ask me any question that you have about narrowing down where to live in Texas. And if you're looking to sell a home in Texas, hey, fill out my Sell My Home questionnaire, and I'm so happy to schedule an appointment with you to take a look and sell your property at a sky-high price, of course.